Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce GTX 970 in Fortnite Chapter 4. This one is the Asus ROG Strix version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box, and I am not pushing it further. We're running it with the latest Nvidia drivers at the time of recording this video, and you can see all of the GPU specs right here in Tech Power-Up's GPU Z. It released back in 2014, 9 years ago, almost. What? It's been so long, guys. And it has 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 and 1664 CUDA cores. Over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and 32 gigabytes of RAM, and let's get right into it now, shall we? And we just arrived. I picked up a few weapons. There is Jack right there, guys. Look at him. Double Jack. Oh, yes, it's Jack and Jacqueline. So, okay, let's move on. Let's go through the settings. First, I'm playing at 1080p resolution, DirectX 12. We'll also test this one in performance mode. I'm avoiding DirectX 11 because that stutters more and it's more CPU bound, although we won't really have any CPU problems with the 5800X 3D, of course. That's why we're using it, to max out that GPU, and we're using the lowest settings as well with 100% resolution scale at the moment. Reflex is also enabled, so it gives us a little bit snappier of an experience, you know, less input lag basically. And let's start counting our FPS. What I'm very surprised about, aside from the fact that we're playing duos, and I totally forgot about that. What the heck? Wait a second. Okay, that is weird. Is that VRAM utilization? It's pretty high, and it's only low settings. And yes, I did restart the game before I applied the lowest settings possible, yet it's still utilizing 4 gigabytes, but it's not stuttery or anything, so I guess it's fine. Oh, now we're flying a little bit. Okay. I like it, all right. We can actually move a little bit faster through the map, I guess, with this. Oh, no, where the heck are you going? Wait a second, can we fly up to the sky and take a look at the entire map from above? That would be fun, actually. Okay, so should we regroup with our buddy there? Maybe. Anyways, I was expecting a little bit higher coming from the 970, but you know, this game is just really intensive with the Unreal 5.1 engine, so it's normal that it doesn't really do as good of a job as previously. Still, it can beat like a 1050 Ti by quite a lot, and it can provide a high refresh rate experience overall, you know, in general here in Fortnite Chapter 4. What are you doing, buddy? No! I'm gonna die! Where did the balloons go? Thank God we have a buddy here. Can you revive me? No need to do this, okay? It's fine. Nobody's gonna show up. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, she has one of these things even. Let's just go with this, I guess. A rifle recycle. I don't even have a rifle. Oh, perfect. Very often it actually drops into the lower 100s, and I wasn't expecting that, honestly. As you can see inside of a bush, 106 there, but in some other areas, especially taking a look at the vegetation from above, the leaves of the trees, it actually does drop our FPS quite a bit. Still, you can definitely have fun. Are the balloons gonna explode like with this thing? I don't know. Okay, everything is fine. And you can be a little bit competitive as well in Fortnite Chapter 4 with the GTX 970 from 9 years ago. That's beautiful, isn't it? Well, I guess that's it. Let's stop it there. 137 FPS average is really nice, but it is not enough for those of you who want a really high refresh rate experience. So I'm gonna try using some TSR on high, which is the upscaling technology of this game. I also set it to quality here, and that's 66% resolution. Okay, why is it more intensive? I am confused now. I am very confused. What if we set it to low and quality TSR? Okay, this is super weird, guys. I don't know why we're getting such lower FPS with the upscaling technology enabled. This doesn't make sense. What if I disable it completely? Set it to TAA again, 100% resolution. Okay, so it seems like Maxwell, the architecture of these GPUs, the 900 series basically, is just getting too old, and it doesn't do as well with this TSR upscaling tech that they use here in Fortnite these days. Oh boy, our boy died. I am so sorry, dude. I am coming. I will save you, my friend. Oh my gosh, we're going too high. We're going too high. Can we go down a little bit, please, game? Oh, somebody is mounting one of them bastard thingies. Okay. We don't like those bastard thingies, by the way. Oh, our boy just left us. I am so sorry. I was just seeing the settings, you know. I didn't notice you died, buddy. I feel so bad right now for him. Anyways, since we can't really utilize TSR, I think it's also time for us to leave. Yeah, it was very interesting taking a look at TSR. I wasn't expecting those results, but here we go. Now it's the medium settings preset with 100% 3D resolution, TAA anti-aliasing, or temporal anti-aliasing. And I will restart the game as I always do after I change some settings. Okay, while dropping, we're getting 70s, 60s at times, 69 around that. That's beautiful, of course. And our boy is dropping very far away from us. Of course, well, I didn't ping the map, so I blame myself there. Now, the medium settings look way better than the low settings, you can tell, right? But there is a little bit of a problem. The shadow render distance is extremely small, as you can see there. The shadows are just rendering in right in front of our eyes, and it can be quite distracting for someone who wants like a little bit of a competitive experience, you know. Unfortunately, for things not to have an awful draw distance, basically, you actually will need to utilize high settings, and high settings in DirectX 12 has ray tracing, so it's gonna be really intensive. However, since RT is probably gonna be unplayable here with the GTX 970, I will disable the Lumen stuff, which is the ray traced reflections basically, as well as the geometry, the nanite geometry, something like that. But yeah, that will make it so we are playing at essentially high settings with pretty decent visuals over medium, but without the RT stuff, so it will be way more playable, of course. Let's just move on though. Medium settings seems to be really smooth, actually. A couple of stutters here and there just because, well, Fortnite stuff. Somebody shooting at somebody else from there. Yes, there is one right there. Wait, can we? Nope, okay, never mind. Let's actually try to spot somebody around here. There must be someone. Yes, I can hear them. Right there, I think. They're regenerating some of the shields. Not sure if they're hearing us now, guys. Careful, careful. There's one. Okay. Yes, he's not hearing us at all, so... Oh my god, I missed... I'm terrible at this game, guys. I am really terrible. I'm so sorry about the gameplay. But hey, that's it for medium settings. We got a little bit of fire effects there at the end, and it didn't really drop either, so... That RAM usage, dude, that's so high. I don't know what's happening here, but that shouldn't be like that. Like, VRAM and RAM are completely maxed out, but we are utilizing the normal medium settings, 1080p, DirectX 12, nothing else is running on the PC, aside from the on-screen display, of course. There's no, like, nanite geometry enabled or a super high resolution, you know, it's just 1080p, no weird anti-aliasing settings. Nothing weird is happening, yet it's consuming a ton of RAM and VRAM. Actually, now that I'm remembering, the 1050 Ti also stuttered quite a bit on medium settings because of lack of VRAM, so maybe medium settings just doesn't like the 4 gigabytes on this GPU, or 1050 Ti or something. And mind you, 512 megabytes of the 970's VRAM is actually slower VRAM, way slower than the other 3.5 gigs, so that could be a factor as to why it's struggling a little bit at the moment. Anyways, this is high settings preset right now with 100% resolution scale, with ray tracing enabled. Yeah, just check the task manager, there's nothing weird going on here, the game itself is just consuming a ton of VRAM and RAM. As you can see here, it was completely maxed out during the gameplay. Well, not completely at the end of it, but yeah, and now it's only consuming 600 megabytes. I don't know. All right, and as many of you expected, I guess, with ray tracing, this is just completely unplayable. Less than 20 frames per second while dropping, but at least we can see that beautiful sunrise, which like kind of looks weird, you know. There's a moon right there. Oh, there we go. The moon turned into a sun as soon as it touched the horizon. That's one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen. But we're in the middle of space. You know, it's an island in the middle of space. A flat Earth, you can say. But anyways, it definitely does look absolutely gorgeous, this game with ray tracing enabled. But on a GTX 970, it's obviously crap. So I'm just gonna move on, okay? Now, what to do to make it playable? First of all, you guys told me that we need to disable this non-it virtualized geometry, so let's do that. And with that disabled, it actually disables the non-it stuff, which was the ray tracing things, as you can see, real-time ray traced reflections when using Lumen High. And that's it. Everything else will be left as is on the high settings preset. Let's go. Let's try this out now. I'm just gonna restart to make sure everything applies, though. Alright, much better, isn't it, guys? But it doesn't look anywhere near as good as it did with that Lumen setting enabled, you know, in a neat geometry and stuff like that. Basically, it makes a huge difference to lighting in this game, those settings, and without it, the game looks a little bit flatter, you know, kind of like medium settings again, but at least I think, yeah, the shadows don't have that really bad short render distance that we saw on medium. Oh boy, I'm hearing a lot of shots. Oh, we got some shields here. That's nice. Let's just rank it up. Okay. And now let's try to fight them bastards, right? At least over here, outside of a vegetation area or a forest area, you can get 60 plus, you know? It's actually pretty nice and smooth. Not terrible. Where are the enemies? There's one here. Okay, I missed again. Okay, now we actually hit that. Good. No, okay, let's go. We got him. Ooh, this is a duo server again. No, that's terrible. Okay, all right. Wait a second. He's coming. Oh, come on. Oh, yes, we got him. I cannot believe that worked. He missed everything. Oh, boy, that was so close. I am 9 HP, dude. No. Oh, okay. All right, this is terrible. What to do? Can I do this without him hearing me? Oh boy, maybe that's clipping through the wall there. That's terrible. No! Well, anyways, the game is still playable here on high settings if you prefer that higher visual fidelity experience. Not too bad, you know. It's definitely not going to be a very competitive experience because it drops from 60 FPS. Let's move on to the performance mode now. Back again after a fresh restart. 1080p performance mode is enabled using the lowest settings with 100% resolution scale. And I actually thought it would do a little bit better on the actual low settings in DirectX 12. So maybe this is a viable option for a lot of people playing in performance mode. Just keep in mind that you will probably see a CPU bottleneck, especially if you're running an older CPU from the time of the GTX 970 as well. Alright, here we are. Oh my god, we touch the ground and it jumps up to 200 plus FPS, even 300s. Damn, that is crazy. Okay, yeah, that's only because we have that 5800X 3D, of course. That's good for testing GPUs, but you probably will have a CPU bottleneck with anything slower than this. GPU utilization is also not maxed out, so yeah, the 5800X 3D is sort of bottlenecking GTX 970 right now. Just because the game using these settings is so easy to run on the GPU, alright? But as usual, we're testing the GPU here, so we need to remove every other bottleneck in the system. That includes the RAM and the CPU, so we can see what the graphics card is truly capable of. Still, if you have something... Oh, yes, we got a kill here. That's nice. What? We got a couple of crowns. Seriously. That is interesting. Can I pick this one up? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind. Now, most of you won't have a super strong CPU with a card like this, but now you know that if you are getting low FPS, it's not really the GPU's fault. It's something else in your system bottlenecking it, and now you know that you should probably upgrade your CPU before you upgrade your GPU. If you're running, for example, like an i3-7100 or even like an i3-8100, it should be a bottleneck to the GTX 970 in this game. Even in DirectX 12, actually, you might get a way lower FPS because this game is now very CPU intensive. So imagine you have that i3-8100 with the GTX 970 and you're getting around like 100 frames per second at 1080p low in DirectX 12 and like 120 FPS using these settings that we're using right now. You might think, I'm gonna upgrade my graphics cards to get way more FPS. Then you upgrade to something like an RTX 3060 or like an RX 6600 XT, which is actually a little bit better when paired with low-end CPUs. So you go out and buy that great upgrade of a GPU and you find out that you get exactly the same FPS. Well, that's your CPU. You should have bought another CPU, not another graphics card in that particular case, okay? So you gotta research the market, you gotta see what's your bottleneck in your system, you know, and then upgrade that component first before you upgrade something else. Otherwise, you might not see any benefits whatsoever sometimes, in some cases. I'm sorry about rambling a little bit too much about that. Nothing happens in this game. Like, I don't see anybody for a ton of time. It's kind of annoying, actually. That's been it for this video, my friends. I don't really enjoy playing Fortnite too much these days, but I got so many comments asking me to test this GPU here in this game, and I thought it would be interesting as well. So here it is. GTX 970 in Fortnite, super playable. If you find one for really cheap, it's actually pretty worth it, you know? You can play this game absolutely fine, even competitively with a high refresh rate monitor if you pair it with a good CPU. So spend smart and wisely, and I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.